And we're live. Welcome to Music Matters. My name is Jason Tramm. We're delighted that you can join us for our unique podcast community, where we explore the triumphs and challenges of the performing arts world as seen through the eyes of distinguished artists. Thank you so much for joining us today. You've been helping our community grow. We recently hit 1,515 subscribers on YouTube, and you can hear us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and we're also live on YouTube, Facebook Live, and LinkedIn Live, all concurrently. So we're delighted that you can join us. Welcome to Music Matters. We have a wonderful guest today. We have Chioke Dmachi, and we're delighted he's a television actor, movie actor, an independent singer-songwriter, a pop artist, and a really versatile entertainer. He's performed at major venues, and we're delighted that he's here today. Welcome, Chioke.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Jason? Hey,
how are things in LA?
Everything is it's hot, but it's awesome. I love California. I love California people. We're great out here.
Now, you were born and bred in California, in LA. Tell us about growing up. Did you always know you wanted to be an artist?
I was born on the Sunset Strip. Yes, I was born in Hollywood. I grew up just loving music and loving art, and it wasn't until I was probably 13 that I had an opportunity to do it professionally and pursue it, to learn it, and the opportunity just sounded like that's where I wanted to take my life at that time, and that's where I've been going ever since. So yeah, ever since I was in my teens.
So yeah, you started very young. You were doing recordings at a young age. What was it like getting in the studio, and what inspired you to? Were you always singing around the house?
Music is always in my head. I love to sing around the house. I love artists. I love everyone from Celine Dion to Whitney to Prince to Michael. Just give me something that moves me, and it stays in you, and that I just loved the essence of what that feels like, and I've always loved music. I always was creating it because it was there in my head.
Do you come from a musical family?
Not particularly. My mom just made sure that I was always exposed to music, and
right.
I grew up, I loved MTV. I loved the Video Music Awards. I love music videos. I love pop music. I love performance.
You're certainly the center of the pop musical world and the entertainment world, being in LA, certainly.
It's so great to be here. I mean, I live near Warner Brothers Studios, and there's just so much proof here that you can have something in your head that's non-existent, and it can become something that feeds people and clothes people and gives people health and care and everything. So, it's a beautiful thing to be able to create and follow that. So it's beautiful.
When did you start your acting? Was it with the singing or before the singing? How did that enter your life?
I guess I can say they both, the avenues to pursue both kind of came into my life at the same time. Just because I was open, to me, I always considered myself an entertainment artist. So I didn't see acting as different than music. I'm it's fun. I love to do both. And so when I started taking acting classes when I had the opportunity, and then also I had some song ideas. I looked into, at the time, a Craigslist type of thing to find a recording studio to get into, and it wasn't great experiences early on, but it was a path to be this opened the door to this opened the door to that, and basically I aligned myself with people who were trying to create what I was doing at the time, and auditions and agents and people I was able to meet, and it just all kind of led me step by step along the way. So it was a good thing.
The artist journey is always an interesting one. I love on the show I get to talk to different types of artists. I learned so much. So what was it like, putting together demos and then having your music used in movies and used on TV? What was it like when that started to hit?
It's amazing, because you're at first it's this, especially if you don't come from a family who knows how to get in that door, it's amazing to really say this thing I wanted to do that didn't exist, this song I wanted to sing, I wanted to record, and you actually get in the studio and you record and you see the buttons and the notes and how it all comes together. and it takes it from being this intangible dream in your head, if you will, to this very real, tangible thing. And then along the way, you know, you meet people. There's the music industry is so multi-layered and multifaceted, you know, and some people aren't the people in the studio singing, but they just happen to be the people looking for that right song to place in their, you know, that TV show, you know, and it's such an honor to be like, I recorded this song and it was inspired, and we were 3 weeks in the studio at whatever, you know, and we perfected it, and someone actually said, cool, let me take this and put it on a bigger stage and give it a moment. Like,
so what's it like, you know, for you, your first song gets used in a TV ad, or one of the TV shows you used it. What was it like to watch it when you saw it?
It was cool. Straight Nasty was in this show, ABC's Misguided, and so was All Right. And like when I, you know, to be watching these amazing actors on screen, and you know, like to cut to a scene. I think the scene in Misguided, they were at like a prom or something, and they were telling the students don't be dancing dirty, whatever. And then they cut to the prom, and they're like, in my song goes, get nasty, you know, and it's like this whole joke that was set up, and it was perfect. And it was just a cool moment to realize I can do this. I do this, and you're always appreciative, and then you're like, I want more, you know, I want more of those moments. Absolutely. But yeah, there you go.
That's exciting, and I really love the music video to that song too. I was listening to Nasty, Straight Up Nasty, and it was just I was listening to it in the background, and my kids have just come downstairs. I have 4 kids. They're 22, twin 18, and 16, and this 18-year-old twins were walking around. They used to be working on Beethoven. I'm a classical conductor, but I love to listen to all types of music. So I'm listening to your song, and my daughter starts dancing. She's like, has no idea what I'm doing, but she's loved the song, and it's just one of those pieces like
awesome.
Makes you want to move, you know.
Thank you. That's what I do it for. Like when you create music and people enjoy it, you know. I mean, like, you want all the big things, you do. But like I did when I was doing some shows. I was performing the Heartless Rainy P live in LA, and I had a show at Exchange LA. And I was at a grocery store, like at a Sprouts Market, and someone at the grocery store told me, she's like, oh my God, Chioke, I saw your show. And like, I've been in commercials and stuff like that. And it's always good for someone to be like, oh, I saw you. But, you know, to be putting up new music and perform it live for the first time, and for weeks later, someone to remember that and be, you know, want to, you know, tell other people how the experience was something they experienced.
You've been on some great stages, in especially the California market, the Exchange LA, House of Blues in San Diego, the Whiskey a Go-Go. These are great venues. What's it like taking the stage of those distinguished and famous venues?
I mean, first of all, let me tell you, like there was such a long period of time in my career when I was like, I wanted to just get on the stage, you know? I want to get on the stage, and then you realize not every stage is one that's, you know, so great, you know, but you're like, hey, you pay your dues, you do it. And then you get to be on the stage like the Whiskey a Go-Go, where you need the energy of the people.
The ghosts, some really good ghosts, right?
You know, and just and honestly, the fans of the music, like, people line up to go to these places to experience music and to experience artists and experience, you know, the vibe, you know? And so when you perform at Whiskey or Exchange LA, when your name is on the marquee at the Whiskey, and you're like, that's amazing. I can't, like, how does it feel? It just feels like I love performing, and I'm so grateful that I get to perform, and then to perform at places that the world is like, oh, I know that place. Like,
I can relate. I did my Carnegie Hall debut in 2015, and I had the Maestro's dressing room I was conducting, and you'll never forget, you just always remember those moments. I sat in the dressing room like, man, this is a beautiful place to be, and then what a blessing to get to make music. And then COVID hits, and there was no more live performances for a year and a half. So what did you do during the COVID period? We couldn't do a lot of live performances. Did you do lots of recording, songwriting? What was your activity during that period?
Well, all of the above, but I did actually have some opportunities
Nice.
to live. I didn't, like before COVID hit, I was supposed to do a Pride Festival in Orange County for Name Me OC. They're an amazing organization. And yeah, so they were trying to figure out with COVID hitting, like what, if they could rework and retool the situation. And they ended up doing like a virtual thing, which was awesome. And then I ended up doing another virtual thing for East Northeast International Music and Film Festival in New York, Newberry. So they did like a live stream concert. And then, yeah, I was absolutely inspired to write. I have new music on the way. I've been producing new music myself. So, yeah, so like.
When might the fans hear that music? When might that come out? What's the plan?
Well, the plan is to get in the studio and record. I've been working on the tracks. Donald Montesina, my guitar player, he's amazing. So we've been writing. We wrote about. We have 8 songs ready to be recorded now, but we have like 12 songs we did, and I'm so proud of them. They're just very honest, and so yeah, it's all on the way. I'm actively doing this stuff now, so hence me being here in the studio. But yeah.
You're literally in the studio. That's awesome. For those of you on the just the audio part of the podcast, you can't see it, but he's in a beautiful recording studio. The drums are in the background. The amps are set up. Some music's going to be taking place. So tell me about some of the things that, as an artist, we always give back and we want to heal things. In 2011, you put out "Boys Don't Cry." Tell us about that and what that means.
Boys Don't Cry in 2011. Stuff happens so quickly in this world today. Like, it's hard to remember, but I remember the news cycle was a lot about a lot of teenagers committing suicide all over the United States. It was like this epidemic, if you will, people being bullied to death. Like, I was hearing about 7-year-old kids like taking their life because they were bullied because people thought they were gay, let alone for the kids who
horrible
were and being treated so horribly all over the world. And the song has nothing to do particularly with being gay or LGBT, but it has everything to do with this toxic masculinity of you're not supposed to express what's going on with you in a healthy way and figure out how to, you're supposed to just bottle it inside and explode on people and just all the things. And yeah, Boys Don't Cry was from that place of emotionally, where I was always told when I was hurt or something not to cry, and like, because I'm a boy, and I said, nah, that's not the way a man or a grown woman or any person lives their life. They live their life in a way that you're able to express yourself and love yourself through the process and love other people around you.
I love music with a social theme. I love when music and pop music and any music really, when it can cross the board and really help people and make people feel good when times are hard. And I think that's really an important part of what music can be.
It's absolutely true. It's true.
So what were some of the responses you got from people who listened to that? And maybe did you get a lot of positive energy back?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I on many levels, Music Connection magazine wrote a really great review for the song at the time. I got the music video premiered on Logo's new Now Next Pop Lab, which is run by MTV. So that was really great. And then just, it got to be out in the world and people got to appreciate it. So even right now to this day, like I get like Shazam reports and stuff, and like that song was out in 2011, but like it's in Milan, it's in Russia. It's like I'm like, people are remembering this song. I even called the bank. I called the bank one day to check my balance, and the lady, she's so sweet. She says, "Is this Chioke Boys Don't Cry?" I was like, "Stop it!" Like, wow.
I love that. I love when people connect with people, and that song's gotten a lot of play, like both YouTube and also on Spotify. I was just looking at the numbers, and it must be exciting.
Keep listening; it can get more play.
Absolutely, it's so important because the bullying thing. I don't think it's gotten much better. I think it's so important that we make people aware of that because people should be free to live their lives and not have that kind of pressure. Teenagers, man, they have so much pressure these days.
Well, I tell you, it's like if we all could just, when I look at a teenager, like I feel like why would I, put all my stuff that I've been through on them? They're trying. I fought my way through, forged my way through. So if they're doing that, let me just support. And then also when I look at just everybody in the world, like your neighbor, your next door neighbor, like we're just basically these grown kids, sorry for cursing,
curse.
But we're just all these people trying to like figure it out in the world, and hopefully your neighbor isn't trying to be an asshole to you and make your life complicated. Maybe he's not coming from that perspective. Maybe he's just annoyed about something else. I don't want to see the worst in everybody. I want to at least start thinking that you're a great person until you show me otherwise,
Yeah. I'm so blessed to work with a lot of musicians because I work with a lot of orchestras and a lot of opera singers and a lot of musicians of all different types. And I'm always amazed by how when you put us in the same production or the same show or the same concert, so many different types of people come together and we all have that common purpose. And I think it reminds us, when you collaborate, and it's probably the same with acting too, when you collaborate with other artists, all that stuff disappears.
Yeah, all that stuff disappears, and then what you create is all that matters. Like the possibilities are endless when, like, music is such a metaphor for life in every way. Like it's all these things coming together to create something beautiful and harmonious. So it's beautiful.
So how do you balance your music career with your acting career?
Well, look at this. Like we started this call today, and I actually was in the middle of having something to do for my acting, and and even though I was on time and on schedule, it just didn't, it conflicted still. And the balance is I just try my best. I literally do, and every time an opportunity, comes for me to, make happen what I want to happen in my life. Like I just answer the call to the best of my ability. And
well, you've got great energy. You can just tell. The energy is contagious, and I'm sure that's what makes your music so exciting. And your acting too. I can't wait to see your acting. Speaking of your acting, you were in the movie Crossing Over with Harrison Ford, Ray Liotta, and Ashley Judd. Tell us about that.
That was such a great experience. It was, I had this opportunity to do a few lines in this movie. And I mean, look at the names that were, I get to work with Harrison Ford, Ray Liotta, Sean Penn, Ashley Judd, like people who I just think are so amazing. And the director, Wayne Kramer, was amazing. And it was intimidating because it was quite a few years ago, and I was like, this is a huge set. It was so huge. We were at this school downtown Los Angeles, and it just, you can imagine every angle had to be covered with cameras and
Wow.
people, and it was an operation, and it was great. It was great to be in the movie and see it on the big screen, and I love doing that. I love to every time I get the opportunity, I'm down.
Do you ever are the music nerves different than the acting nerves, or how does it feel? Which would you, or you get nervous?
PT just shows up. like how I, like what gets me through everything is the process of I've been through it. Like when I nerves don't matter. Like when you're performing at the House of Blues, and you've had to rehearse and put together your show and make sure you have all your tracks and the band tight, and when you know the level of energy and effort and work you put into what you're trying to build, you when you put it on stage, it's like you don't have time to be worried about you're just like we did this, we've done this, and any possibility can pop up. Like drumsticks are broken.
Oh yeah. My son's a drummer. They break all the time.
Oh, you guys forgot I didn't get the click track. This whatever. And so my point is, it's like nerves don't even play a factor. You just have to this is real time. We have to go and make the best. Be as prepared as possible and make the best of. It's all improv.
You can have dinner with any artist, either living or deceased. Who would it be?
Ooh, that's hard. Dinner.
You can pick 2 or 3. But
oh my God! Well, Whitney Houston for sure.
Oh man, what a talent!
I love Whitney. Give me wisdom.
I grew up with her, and man, every song just a work of art. That one.
Whitney. Okay, so Whitney for sure, and then, okay. Okay, Prince for sure, and then new artists that I just love, Beyonce. I love Beyonce. But
she's such a performer.
Huh?
Such a performer. She is such an amazing performer, Beyonce. What great charisma.
Even Britney Spears. I love Britney too. I love the work ethic. I love the artistry. I love the like Beyonce to me, like her whole appeal is it seems so her. You know what I'm saying? And Britney, we know she's been through so much, like free Britney for sure. But she also is a strong person to be able to get up on that stage.
You have to be to perform at that level at those stages.
She is so strong, and her music has always moved me, and it moves like so many people. I was driving the other day, and I saw people roll windows down, bumping Britney that you wouldn't even think would be bumping Britney, So I just, I love how music transcends culture, and those artists to me have definitely done that. I love Cardi B.
There's so much great music out there, so many great artists, and they're all so inspirational. So tell me about your specific music. Now, I've listened to a bunch of tracks. There's some rock elements in your music. There's some world music elements in your music. How would you describe where your music's going as you're working on new songs now?
I'll tell you, I'm so pop music to me encompasses so many different types of music. So it's like there's hip hop, there's rock, there's punk, there's no you can't do this in pop music. So for me, when I hear music, and I hear sounds and I hear different artists, it's all inspiring to me. And so if I'm putting together tracks like I am right now, it's like, does it feel authentic to the soul of the song? Does it feel authentic to me? Does it feel does it sound really I'm proud of how this mood, this moment. So I right now I'm pulling inspiration from whatever I'm exposed to, and it's it's filtering through Chioke,
That's awesome. Yeah. If you can't be inspired, your audience won't be inspired. And you seem very excited and inspirational, and it's exciting. I look forward to hearing what you come up with next and where the music goes, and where you play. If you're in the East Coast, I'll be there.
I will send the email blast and let everybody know for sure. Let you know for sure.
Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing where that goes next for you in your acting and in your music. And where can people find out more about you?
Yes, you can find me at Instagram. I'm Chioke at Chioke Dmachi on Instagram. At Chioke Music on Instagram. I'm on Facebook Chioke Dmachi. I think my website, I don't know my website.
I was on it today. It looked great. Look, a really good website.
Wonderful. Well, if you could post the website,
I'll put it in the link. I'll put that in the chat down below.
Being an independent artist on many things, it's a lot to keep in the air all the time. But
Amen, brother. I understand that the struggle is real. We become our own producers, and Well, with your energy, you'll have no problem. You are really inspirational and can keep on doing great music and doing great acting. And I look forward to seeing you on both those platforms.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Have a great one, Jason.
All the best. Thank you for joining us on Music Matters with Jason Tramm. Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube and join us on all of our platforms on Facebook, on Instagram. You can catch us on any of those. You can also check us out on Apple and iTunes podcasts, also Spotify, YouTube, you name it, we're there. Thank you so much, and remember, keep music alive.